Yeah, well, it's all new,
Mm.
but you're just gonna have to change the music background.
That was fun, though.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's all new, but we're trying to change the music background. Shut that off.
That was fun, though.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's all new, but we're trying to change the music background.
Might be me.
Shut that off. Yeah, wait.
Okay.
Well, it's all new.
Veil tail neon tetras. Whoa.
What did I do? Shut it. I shut everything off.
I think you shut it down.
I am groggy this morning.
Hello, Mary. Mary, try and sort this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break.
There she is. Mary.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish.
Nice.
Let's talk about fish.
Nice.
Fish. Fish. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. Master Lee. Oh, Well,
Good morning.
good morning. How are you?
Doing well,
How are
thank
you?
you.
I'm not sure how I'm doing. I, uh, I woke up at 4 o'clock and couldn't get back to sleep. So here I am. I had decided last night I was going to start the stream at 9 o'clock and give everybody a break. And I was here at the shop at 6. It was just all that confusing. So I've been sleeping and nodding off and just get goofy for the last 2 hours.
You're
Yeah, I'm a
delirious.
little. I think I really am a little delirious. Mercy.
No. Oh, I'm trying to get all of our hellos
Foxy's
in.
here. Foxy got up.
Let's see.
That's
Yes.
amazing. And she said
Yes.
she can get up before 9. So, but we got
You might as well come on up now,
a
Roxanne.
zillion comments. Tish is here. Hi, Tisha.
Yes.
Al.
How are you doing, Tisha? I hope her procedure went well the other day. Or yesterday. I can't remember. Was it yesterday or the day before? But I know she had something done.
Chalupa.
Hmm.
Chalupa just earned himself a wrench.
All right. Yeah, there's a couple. I think. I don't know if they're all here, but let's see here.
How many are here?
Chalupa.
31. 13. All right, guys. Get over there and click in. Click in. We got 32 watching and 14 thumbs.
Uh-oh.
Let's get clicked in here.
Get clicking.
Get clicking, right?
Take your thumb and press it. Give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, that's okay, because guess what? It still counts.
Sleep is a construct designed by the pillow industry.
Yeah.
Oh my, talk about mind control. Mercy.
There's no
Jenny,
one, John.
come on, but all my lights are still off. Got no control, huh? Oh! Ah! Foxy trying to get her Halloween makeup off. Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw it earlier.
Oh, she was beautiful.
Saw her earlier in the day. Really, I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, yes. You want me to tell him, Roxanne, what you dressed up as? It was really simple, but she did a fabulous job. Let's see if she'll tell us. Hold on. She might want to tell you herself. I don't know. Let's see.
Was she on the stream or what?
No. She just sent me a picture. Oh, there's Frank. Frank is here.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Good morning,
morning.
Frank. Select
Nice
pet.
to see you. Paulus Fluvius. Palison Fluvius. Nice to see you. Frank will be up here later. I need them to fix a door for me today. My door came off its... Well, they don't really have hinges. They have pins, and it came off its pin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so...
Sometimes I come off my pins.
Yeah, I had to prop it open so so Betsy would not get bamboozled by it this morning.
Oh, Tisha said that the procedure was Friday, but the new young doctor was inexperienced, so it will happen November the 18th at the hospital. Bummer.
Oh my. Was that molars or something?
I can't remember what Tisha was having. No, that was somebody else was having molars taken out.
Well, Alex had molars. And,
yeah.
Here Fishy, I think. What was it? Was it
ER. Here Fishy.
Here Fishy had molars taken out, didn't she?
Somebody did.
Alex did.
Alex had, I think, a front
molars.
Bottom tooth.
Somebody had 3 molars taken out.
That may have been Here Fishy.
I'm thinking it was.
Excuse me. I'm getting the same thing you have, Father Fish. I can't get this little
Yeah,
whatever out of my throat.
I figured out what it is.
What is it?
It's post-nasal drip.
Mm.
And the reason I know that is because for years I've not been able to breathe through both of my nostrils. One or the other side was always plugged up.
Yeah.
I got into a phase where I was eating menthol candies, like just one right after the other, for weeks on end. And it finally cleared that up. And now it's all going down into my,
Oh my goodness.
settling in my throat, in my larynx.
That makes sense.
I'm going to get back on them and see if I can get it cleared up. I've been seeing doctors and everything, and they're all saying, "Ain't nothing wrong with you. You're fine."
Oh no. Fine as frog hair.
ER's daughter was a zombie cheerleader, and he was a truck driver.
Yeah, I was about to read that. That was cute.
That is to say, he is a truck driver.
Right. I think that was like Sharpie's yesterday.
That's funny. That's
Sharpie
funny.
said he was going to dress as a convenience store clerk or something.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. And then he said, "See y'all later. I'm going to work."
Really.
There's Big Tank Hank.
Big Tank's cooking breakfast. I need some
Sounds
breakfast.
good. Me
Really?
too. I would love to go to, well, there's Shoney's or Frisch's, but I would sure love to go to a breakfast bar. I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, they don't have them anymore.
They don't? Oh,
No,
shoot.
COVID quashed them all. There are no
Oh.
breakfast bars anywhere in the country.
Oh, yeah, that. I thought you meant like they went out of business completely.
No. COVID has shut them all down.
God, can't do nothing fun.
No, really. Can't have anything nice. Nothing
No.
nice.
Nothing nice.
Damn
Except for-
Chinese. That's what it is.
Except for
Damn Chinese. And a few other dams I could think of that I won't mention. Meth cooks have made Sudafed near impossible to find.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Uh,
I don't think I said good morning to Word done well.
I'm going to try the menthol. That worked. I don't know why it was. I got hooked on menthol, the little candies. And I found I could, no, was it menthol? Wasn't menthol. Wrong. It was peppermint. The peppermint lifesavers.
Oh, okay.
The spearmint
The
flavor.
spearmint ones. Those are the best ones.
If you get them from Walmart in a 5-pound bag, they're relatively soft. You can actually chew them. Otherwise,
that's why I like them. Yeah, they kind of crunch between you can crunch them.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some more and see if that'll work. But actually, the menthol might work.
What is it? The old timers candy, whorehound candy. That's what we always. Yep, we always kept that around.
Still get those. They're still around.
Okay, and Alex is here.
With corn roll, eggs, and cheese on a hard roll with coffee. Hot damn! You know what? We've got a bagel shop nearby. I'm going to go there when we're done here and get a bagel. Get a breakfast bagel. I haven't done that in a long time.
What time are you going to pick me up?
Alex is here, really? Hey, Alex.
He had a good stream last night.
Yeah, he did a dynamite stream last night. And he did a really cool video.
Oh, yeah.
The 10 things think. I need to do a 10 things.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
I've never done a 10 things. I need to do a 10 things.
Let's see. Primetime Aquatics did a 10 fish that you lose money on or something, like if you think you're breeding for profit. Like yeah, it was a pretty good one. A lot of them was like...
You know what the best one is?
What's that?
Have it. Discus. I cannot tell you how many people, well, I can. It's 4 or 5. 4 or 5 people I know got seriously into raising discus and produced thousands and thousands of discus, could not sell them. They could sell a few here and there. Even selling them at wholesale, they produced many, many more than they could sell. And they wound up getting out of it. I
Yeah.
know one of them had 50,000 when he finally got out of it.
My gosh.
50,000 discus. He created about a 2,000 square foot fish room where he was raising discus.
Oh my goodness.
This was back before all the fancies.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know how long, 20, 25 years ago. He was knocking them dead. It was amazing. And he finally gave up on it because he couldn't sell it.
Right. Yeah, Petro Man just said, I give mine away.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You know, if you do a few, it's one thing. But if you're trying to do it commercially, man,
Sure.
it's a crapshoot. I cannot. We need to talk to Andres about that. Andres has stories about that. The real, what usually happens, the farmers will have one of the big wholesalers call them up and say, "Boy, we really like those neons you raised. How about you knock out 10,000 of them? We'll buy them all."
Yeah.
So they convert their entire program, spend a year gearing up and cranking them out. They get about 3,000 or 4,000 going, call them up. Well, we'll take 500 today, and as soon as we can, we'll get some more. So they, sucker them in for another 3 to 4 months. By the time they're geared up and running, they got 10,000 neons. They're ready to go, and they call them up. Well, we don't need them right now. We just got a shipment from Asia, and they're looking pretty good. So we'll get back to you pretty quick here, though. That's it. I mean, they're done. They're dead. They
It's
wind
over.
up. Yeah, they wind up feeding them to Oscars. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it happens. The other thing that happens to the farmer, something will be really hot one year. You know what's really hot? What's really hot is what nobody has bred for 2 years. That's
Right.
what's really hot. I remember years ago, nobody bred angels for like a year or two. And there were some good reasons for that. There was a virus that came through that wiped out the entire Florida angel population. I think there was one farm. Yeah, it was terrible. There was one farm that would not allow anybody to go on the farm. And anybody who worked there had to disinfect themselves, change their clothes, walk through a disinfectant pool, the whole thing, before they could get onto the property. They managed to keep them going for about a year, but eventually they went under too. So for about a year there, nobody raised angels, and everybody was begging for angels. So the next year, everybody's back in angels. The virus was gone. They got them cranking. They were hot for a year. Bunch more people came in, and it was over.
Yeah.
And everybody was stuck with a farm full of angelfish. Or the other way it'll work is something will be really hot, and so the next year the farmers will get into it and they'll flood the market. You know, have more there than can be handled. It's a very strange business.
Yeah. Excuse me. Alan Tooth was asking, are discus hard to raise? But they're just, a little bit because of the water parameters, really. That's the only problems I ever had. Not problems, but I had to stay on top of. And let's see here. Rohan. Oh, Rohan said, so I collected some hair algae from a clear stream. It had a dragonfly larvae, mosquito larvae, and something like a brine shrimp in it. Would it be brine shrimp?
No, it wouldn't be brine shrimp, not in fresh water.
Oh,
But
and there were fish in it too.
yeah, it'd be some kind of copepod, or it was probably some kind of copepod.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that look alike. A lot of things look like brine shrimp.
David said, I
Um,
always made my money on neon tetras and danios. You make money on volume. True. Angel COVID ER Aquatics said.
ain't covered like it, right? True enough, it really was.
Yeah, Petroman's the one to ask about discus. He's got some information on there. Let's see. As soon
Yeah,
as I
he's
put some of that. Oh, sorry.
interesting. He's reconstituting his RO water. Nitrates below 10 in soft water.
Okay.
We've got a strain of discus in Florida that's been going now for about 5 years that are breeding and hatching, and the young are growing in hard alkaline water.
Oh, Roxanne gave me permission to tell you what what she was for Halloween. So, is your phone ringing?
Yeah, let me see what this is.
Okay.
Father Fish.
Does anybody want to come up and join us today?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, are you open today?
Yeah, we'll be here at 10 o'clock. Be open at 10.
Okay.
Sure.
Either shrimp.
I do have shrimp, yes.
You have any clown light fish?
Clown knifefish. I don't think so. I might have one or two. Might have one or two.
All right.
Okay.
Later.
We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Our friend Joey came in. Hello, everything fish.
Oh, Joey. Hi, Joey.
Petroman asked Father Fish, the eggs hatch in hard water. Or
Yeah,
do
yes. Yes,
Okay.
they are. Took a while, but yes, they are. They're hatching in hard water. That was the trick. We could get them to breed in hard water, but couldn't get the eggs to hatch. And one of the farmers finally, he went through about 6 generations, I think, and just kind of gradually got them up. The point, of course, is to be able to breed them and raise them in local water. So that was the effort. It's exactly what they did with angels 50 years ago. They got them breeding in hard alkaline water, and now the Florida angel cannot be put in soft acid water. It'll die.
Oh, Marco says my story of discus start many times ago. The pioneer era of Jack Watley in USA and Edward S. Falk and M. Global in Europe. Father Fish know this person. I think you do, don't you? Yep.
I sure do. Yeah.
Let's
Sure
see.
do.
Oh, Roxanne, she oh poor Alex, he's nauseous.
Exciting. Yeah.
She had to work really hard on her costume yesterday. All she had to do, she put on some black lipstick and she turned herself into Elvira.
Oh my!
And she was quite beautiful. She said all I had to do was put on black lipstick and I was Elvira.
There you go. Well, yeah.
That was pretty good.
A plunging neckline and black.
Yeah, she had a plunging neckline. She did that too. But it was good. Very tasteful and classy.
Tasteful, I see. Well,
right.
She is. If she is, after all, tasteful.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, Aquatic Conquest. Let's see.
Jack. Jack turned his farm over to Carlos. Was it years ago? Who's really taken it in a different direction. He's become much more production oriented. It's a second facility and is really cranking them out. Nice stuff. Still really good quality fish.
ER Aquatics says they're joining us this morning and their little daughter is sitting there. Let's see here.
How nice.
Emma is her name. She's watching.
Oh, wonderful.
and says, "Hello, Father Fish."
Well, hello, Emma. Happy to meet you. Would you like to come up and say hello?
Oh, that would be wonderful. She could be a little star.
You betcha. You betcha.
Trying to
What is the
see
color guppies is agreeing? I
about Jack Watley.
I say so many things that are agreeable. It's just hard. It's hard to do. I wasn't very agreeable yesterday, I think, when I cranked out that how to plant a tank. How to plant a tank. Right. How to plant a plant. There
I couldn't believe you told the secret of putting the roots down.
Really? Really? You got to figure these things out, you know? It's a trial and error kind of thing. David Piper. I was at PetSmart a year ago. Employee told me an inch per gallon thing. Perfect. I said, let's put a 10-inch Oscar in a 10-gallon. Right.
Well, you have to be careful what you say. Oh,
Right.
Cassie's here lurking, I think, but she's going to come up, I think, at 9 if she wants to. I mean, if she
All right.
feels like it. She's not sick or anything. She's just been busy.
Listen, Chalupa.
That's what I was.
Come on now. I paid honor and obeisance to you master breeders who are locked into gravel. Didn't I? Didn't I?
With 50 years of experience.
I was very careful about that.
With 50 years of experience.
Right. To delineate those for whom gravel is a godsend, who have been using gravel these many, many decades and are profoundly successful, differentiating those master breeders from the poor little guy who just walked out of PetSmart for the third time, who's got gravel in his tank about a half an inch deep, and he can't keep any fish alive and can't figure out why. That's the guy. That's the guy I'm talking to. And I made that very clear. So don't give me this offensive. I was not deliberately, I'm teasing you, of course. You do understand.
I'll let you say hello.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't even have to tell him.
What's your name?
Can you tell him your name?
My name's Bellamy.
Bellamy.
Bellamy. That's a pretty name.
There's a little girl watching named Emma. You want to say hi, Emma? You can't see her, but you can say, hey, Emma.
Emma's here, too.
All right. Can you go back in there? Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, glory. To not appear close-minded. Well, there is that. Anything more you can tell us about those Texas cichlid hybrids? Yeah, the patterns Pernides, I don't know much about them. We'll see how they go. I'm real interested in seeing what happens when they get up around 6 inches. I don't know Chalupa well enough to have pounded him on the head the way I did. If he said he was offended, might have been. I don't know. Maybe he was teasing. I certainly was. I hope he was too. Chalupa, love you, brother. Nice. Chalupa's not a master breeder. Oh yeah, you are. If you can raise fish in gravel, you're a master breeder. The failure rate is astounding. The failure rate for gravel tanks is way over 90%. It approaches 100%. And that is to say, the people who set up a tank are told they have to put gravel in it, get their fish, do it all, kill everything, try it again, kill everything, try it again, kill everything, finally give out and put it out on the curb. That represents a number approaching 100% of the people who try and fail. Well, it is 100% of the people that try and fail. It's 100% of the people that try. 95 plus percent. That's the number I'll use. 95 plus percent of the people who try to set up a fish tank fail. And they fail consistently because they use gravel. Because all gravel does is give them an open sewer, and they're not experienced enough to know how to deal with that and to know what the problems are. That's why I teach dirted tanks, because you can set up a dirted tank. It doesn't matter what an imbecile you are, it'll work. Doesn't matter that you know absolutely nothing, it'll work. You put a little dirt in, you put a little sand on it, you put a couple of fish in it, you stick a plant down in it, and you throw a very, 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 very little bit of food in the tank, and you do it occasionally, meaning no more than once a day, preferably once a week, and your fish are going to live. They just are. You're not going to be fouling the tank. And that's what gravel does. It fouls the tank. And it does it over and over and over and over. Hi, Betsy.
And if
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good morning, Betsy.
I sold it, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Betsy's here.
Hi, Betsy. Are you kidding? I heard her yell, good morning.
Morning, Mary. Yeah.
Millions and Son is asking anything more you can tell us about those interesting Texas cichlids hybrids you produced there. Love the pattern along with the side of the I can't talk of the offspring there.
Shark-like fish, isn't it? No, they just came in. I did not breed them. One of my customers brought them in. He had spawned them, and they spawned a number of times for him, just kind of over and over. And he got bored with it, so he brought me some of the young, which are now like 3 inches, and the pair, which are big, a big Texas cichlid and a really big female snook. Gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
I got them in with a big pair of Flowerhorns.
I know Thomas showed something. Yeah.
He showed them on the vlog yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, they're. I was looking at the Texas cichlid, and that pattern is in the Texas cichlid. The one I have is the green spotted, but the sub pattern is that checkerboard, which looks very much like a jaguar pattern. And they've got the long snout of the snook, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I don't know. They're neat looking fish. I'm sure they'll spawn.
Let's see.
Somebody
Piper.
Earlier. Yeah.
Oh, at 8:27 said, but going back to the gravel thing, said, Wahoo, I'm a master breeder. I made the swap from gravel after finding father fish. 28 and a half years of gravel, and the tanks would always fail eventually.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the thing about a gravel system is you have to be on your game. There's a level of maintenance that is absolutely required. It's not required daily or weekly or really even monthly, but it is required. At some point in time, You absolutely have to clean that gravel. You have to do it. Because if you don't, it just overwhelms the tank. The detritus, the waste, overwhelms the tank, even with an under gravel filter. I had a friend, Jeffrey Campbell. Jeffrey Campbell, well known to the New York, Massachusetts crowd of 50 years ago, master breeder. He was breeding when I met him back in the late 1960s. He was in Putney, Vermont, taught school at the Putney School in Putney, Vermont, had tanks in his classroom. He was breeding Uaru. It's the first place I ever saw Uaru. Fell in love with him. He had gravel and under gravel filters. Every 6 months, he would completely break the tank down. What was interesting was the plants had grown into the under gravel filter plate, such that he usually would not take them out. He'd just leave them in there and put the plate back in with the plants in it and recover with his clean gravel. But he would break it completely down, take the fish out, pull everything out, do a total water change. Every 6 months, I think there's some, he may have been a year, but at some point, he absolutely had to do it. And if there were a way around that, he'd have found it. I mean, he had been raising fish. When I met him, he was in his late 60s. Been raising fish all his life. Sweet man. Sweet, sweet man.
No.
Yeah, he was wonderful.
I've got an echo.
I mentioned Henry Hall too. Henry Hall was another master breeder. Had fish all his life. I met him when he was in his 80s. He maintained bare bottom tanks, and he had big fish. When I met him, he had about 50 tanks, none of which were under 100 gallons, and none of which contained more than one fish. But they were monster fish. They were fish 2, 3, 4, 5. He had a 5-foot electric eel. Big fish. He had filters. He made boxes that he set on top of the tank that were slotted, and he put filter material in them, and then had an airlift delivering water to that filter media, and it dripped back into the tank. He did not have light on his tanks. He wasn't trying to grow plants because he had just one big fish. So that was his approach to the hobby. It's really the Oriental approach. That's how most people in China and throughout the Orient maintain fish in their homes. They'll have one big, very special fish, like an arowana or a flowerhorn. And, what is all that? Is that you?
I think it's me.
Okay.
I feel like I've got a
bare bottom, some kind of filter. I don't have an echo here.
Okay.
Whatever kind of filter they have. Usually it's a canister of some sort. But he actually made these filters, a drip filter that sat on the top, big box, half the size of the top of the tank.
It's almost like a above filter or an above tank sump in a way, isn't it? Kind
exactly,
of.
Right.
Do you watch? Well, Alex had a question. He said, "Do you know of any fish that are 3 or 4 species that are all hybridized, non-live bearers?" I was trying to get him to come up and talk to us.
Sure, flowerhorn. That's what a flowerhorn is.
He said that are 3 or 4. Okay.
Yeah, if I understand the question correctly.
Yeah, like
that's what a flowerhorn is. Back about, when was it? When I was on Aquabid, I met a lot of people on there. And at one point, I met a couple of young guys who were in Malaysia. And they had developed, it was three of them, three young fish breeders. They had developed the Flowerhorn, and they developed it by crossing 3 or 4 different Central American fish. The Trimaculatus, Red Devil, Jack Dempsey. I don't remember what else. Those for sure. And they were trying other things as well. But they had produced the original Flowerhorns and had become very wealthy very quickly. But it was right at the beginning of that process for them. The fish sold almost exclusively in the Orient, in China, and the Golden Crescent for a number of years before it even made it over here. It was in Europe before it came to the U.S. But that's what it was. I remember getting a small group of them. I had like 6 of them. And I put them in a 29-gallon tank and grew them out, and 2 of them paired off. And I called up Andres and said, Andres, I got 2 of these Flowerhorns that have laid eggs. They'll never spawn. They're mules. They're not fertile. Andres, mind you. Andres. Top breeder in the world. Andres.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love for you to bring him back. He's a cool fella.
So anyway, I called him back the next day and said, Andres, I have wigglers. And it changed his world. He immediately got into crossbreeding this stuff. Gave it up pretty quickly. He lost interest. What's interesting about Andres is he'll figure out how to do something impossible to do. A fish that is impossible to breed. He'll work it out. He'll generate it, get it going enough to be able to crank out numbers. And then he's off on another wild goose chase. He's just constantly moving. He has bred thousands, literally thousands of different kinds of fish and all sorts of fish, everything there is. He's just an amazing guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. What'd you have, Mary?
I was listening to you. Well, I mean, there's something, but I was listening to you. I've got a little bit of, like I blurt things out and I don't mean to. I get a little excited.
Hey, what do you got?
Let's see. Well, Rohan had asked if hair algae, wait a minute, did it need water flow, or would water flow keep hair? Did hair algae need water flow? High water flow.
Does it need to do what?
Or does it
to kill it or graze it?
I lost it. It was far back there. Okay. Does hair algae survive without water flow? Now we got the question.
I have the video about that. That it's story time number 4, I think, about Massimo and the little Japanese people. It's all about hair algae, believe it or not. Check the video. It'll teach you what to do with your hair algae. Does it require water flow? Okay. You need to watch. You need to watch the video. You really do.
Oh, and Lee.
It'll be worth the effort. Lee's here.
Yep, Lee has come in.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's see. Oh, GRB. There's a few people I've missed. Sorry, I had my thing on top chat again. So I don't know if I've missed a bunch. We'll see here. Talking about glitter. I've got a saying about glitter, but I don't think I'll say it online.
Yeah, Wee Wilcox. That's going to like that. Wee Wilcox.
Wee Wilcox.
Sounds very Irish to me. The wee little people. It's the wee little people.
Alex said,
yes.
He said a parrotfish. Is that another one that's a hybrid like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, the parrotfish is a hybrid. Well, no, it's not. The parrotfish is not a hybrid. The parrotfish is a morph. It's different. The parrotfish is a fish that is disfigured it threw a disfigurement that was bred back and found to be fertile, and so was crossed in order to perpetuate that morph or that disfigurement. So it's actually a parrot with a bad mouth. And that doesn't mean it curses. It means its mouth is shaped real funny like that. So it's true. A lot of fish that line breeding, if you will, line breeding is a function of detecting morphs and replicating those, breeding the fish with that morph back in to a parent typically, in order to be able to duplicate the morph and to get more of them. A color, for example, can be a morph. A fish. The whole issue with discus and all of the fancy colors that have come out over the past 5 years, 10 years, no more than that, came out of one fish that was found in Thailand, I believe, in a batch of 1 million discus. A friend of the fish farmer saw one fish, and he caught that one fish and took it home,
Love it,
raised
psychedelic hippocampus.
bred it back, and was able to get an entire new strain of discus going because of a single color morph that was thrown by a single fish.
Let's see.
What are they talking about? Gill plates.
Oh, now that one, his gill plates. Oh, we're talking about you. Alex was talking about last night. He didn't want any advice on his, on like, don't be telling him advice because he's kind of over it or whatever. And Roxanne told him to go stick his head in the aquarium. Let me see if I can find it. She said, Alex, hold your head in the tank for about 3 minutes and you should be cured. Disclaimer, don't do this. Just teasing you because you said no more advice. So what he said back was, Roxanne, well, it's worked for Father Fish back in 1958, and now look at it, and look at him now. And that's when I think and she said his gill plates are magnificent, aren't they? Your gill plates.
Guys, honestly.
Oh, Lee, we missed you.
Yes, Lee.
We always want you to pop up.
You bet. We need. Let's get a link here so we
and
get somebody to join us.
Kevin Rosenberg looks like he's going to be a new dirted tank person.
Gonna do a dirty tank. Good job. Yeah. Go for it. Go for it, Kevin. You'll love it.
One Dirty Platty says, "Who's looking forward to 2021?"
Oh, I am.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so done with 2020. Yeah. I was over with 2020 in June.
I'll be so glad when Sue is laughing her head off. She says, "You are so bloody smart, Lou."
Who said that?
Right here. Somebody asked. Lee said that. Somebody said, "Is that a plant?" Yes, that's a pothos. It does look like a lizard sitting up there, doesn't it?
Really?
She wondered if that was a chameleon on top of my tank up there.
Mercy.
Let's see. Oh, David Piper started adding paprika to the frozen brine shrimp.
All right.
Yes, word, Dunlap. Dunlap. I can't even talk. Uh-oh. Talking about mules.
The magic ingredient for color in your fish. It's what all the farmers use. It's what it's what those little Japanese people do. Actually, it's the little Vietnamese people use to get their colorful guppies. The little Sri Lanka people who get their pretty colored guppies. Paprika. Amazing. And it's
ER,
not
I'm sorry. I know you're not she.
what?
I said she for ER, and I know she. See, I did it again. ER is a he, and I'm so sorry. I actually knew ER was a he, and I don't know what in the world. Hey,
Oh,
Chubbs, how's everything going for you, Chubbs? After I watched his videos of the storm and everything, I think
yeah,
he
he's
lost.
had a lot of weather this year.
Yeah,
A lot of it.
I've been waiting on T-Bone to come show us this pink ivy he put in his betta tank.
Oh, David Piper. It's been a good year for the Pipers.
Well, that's good.
They kept their jobs and got a new home. That's wonderful.
That is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Let's see.
Are there fish chimeras? That's interesting. Fish chimeras. Wow. I'm not aware of it. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. There would almost have to be with when you think about the sheer quantity of eggs that are laid and fish that are born. Just statistically, they're bound. A chimera is nothing more a chimera, nothing more than a couple of eggs that kind of get locked into each other early on in their development. They both kind of grow like this, and so you wind up with usually one dominant and the other one sort of hidden. That's um, partially developed. That may have an extra leg or something sticking out, or an extra fin, whatever. And it's actually a separate little life form living inside the other one that is relatively independent, but really totally dependent. But you can see in humans the backbone. It shows up in the backbone very often. The strange development. Chimera. Uh, it has a ghost. Oh, it's like a face on the back of your head would be a chimera or chimera.
Oh, okay.
Chimera. That'd be a second. Yeah, another person living inside you. It's a weird, weird. It's not. It's not like the girls that have two heads and one body. It's not like that. It's more a dominant recessive, and the recessive doesn't develop fully, um, but does show early development, like maybe a spinal cord or a leg or something like that.
Alex says there are fish chimeras or chimeras. I think I have one on. I have a video on Channel 9 about one, but it
Oh,
wasn't
cool.
cool. It was a zebra danio.
Ha! With like two tails or something.
Something
I've
weird.
seen things like
Let's
that.
see if he answers it. Let's see. James came in. Hello.
Hi, James.
Ishimon.
Hello, Fishymon.
Roman. Let's see.
Ah,
Oh, James says carrots helps add color too. Never tried carrots. Oh, there's Ben. Hi, Ben. Ben hasn't been here for a couple of days.
a zebra downy. Yeah, I've seen fish with two tails. I've never seen one with two heads. And I've never seen one that was really interesting. Bettas occasionally. I'm trying to remember. They usually don't they don't survive. I've seen like little, not often. I mean, maybe once or twice, 2 or 3 times that I can remember vaguely. At the time, I don't think I even knew what a chimera was when I saw it. It just looked like something weird, something deformed.
Alex says it's like two identical twins that are also Siamese, but they overlap perfectly. So they're basically just a normal fish with two sets of DNA randomly dispersed around their body. That's pretty wild.
Right. Yeah, they're records of people um, whose sexual organs were a different genetic structure or a different gene from the rest of their body, which gets to be a problem when you're trying to figure out patronage.
Oh, ER says that's the name. It's named after his daughter Emma. ER Aquatics. Emma Rose. That's pretty.
Or Rose,
Let's
that's
see.
sweet.
Somebody who just said that about the pencil fish.
Let me.
Oh, Kevin Rosenberg says they're breeding red coral or coral red pencil fish in a 20 long.
Oh, nice. I
Um,
love.
Lee says he's got one head and two brains, and they're both poop emoji. Oh, Rohan wants to know how we separate eggshells from the brine shrimp cultures.
By decapsulated hatching brine shrimp from Brine Shrimp Direct. That's the best way to do it. You get somebody else to do it. You can burn them off. Generally, the egg, the egg will, the shell will float, the dead egg will sink. So, and the live shrimp will swim toward light. So if you have a light after they've hatched, it kind of in the middle of the container, they'll swim to it, and you can siphon them out with little 1/4 inch hose. That's the way I always used to do it. As a kid, that's what I did. I kept pygmy seahorses alive for a long time as a child, hatching up brine shrimp, and I used that system. The decapsulated hatching brine shrimp, which you can buy to like $8 for 2.5 ounces or something, which is a year's supply.
Yeah.
There are no shells, so
Right.
you don't have a problem. The difficulty with the shells is you got to be really careful not to get the shell in with the babies, because if they inadvertently eat a shell, they are non-digestible, and they will block up the baby fish's intestine, and they won't survive it. So the decapsulated works so much better. They're really effective. Watch my brine shrimp in a booty video, and you'll learn all about hatching brine shrimp the DIY Father Fish way.
That's what's
yes.
That's what's really neat, though. If you just go ahead and invest in that, in the decapsulated brine shrimp, like you said, it's just easy. You can just
brine shrimp.
You can hatch them in a boot.
You can get it in a couple of days. Keep it in your fridge. It'll last for 6 months minimum, and it'll give you eggshell-free brine shrimp, such that you can just pour the whole thing into your salt tank or siphon it all. Just siphon it all through a coffee filter, and you've got 100% food value.
And you can get your coffee filters from Here Fishy. She sells them 2 for $1.
That's right. Here Fishy has specially designed coffee filters that are beautiful. They're lovely. They're really quite artistic, and a real heirloom piece, something you'll want to keep in your fish room.
I was just reading conversations now. I'm trying to see if there was any more questions. I feel like I've missed a bunch.
Oh, well, Chubb said he caught a red drum with a second tail coming out the top of its back. Amazing stuff.
Fish Dream said they've almost bought brine shrimp, but instead bought plants. Oh, and there's Lori.
Well,
Our friend, our Lori's here. That's what I need to do. I need to link all these videos. If I could sit down and get this.
Hatchery. out of things in a trash can. You
Mhm.
go, David Piper. All right. Yes.
Ooh, nice psychedelic. Rohan says he thinks he saw a fish with 2 heads on YouTube. I know we've seen turtles and snakes.
Well, if you liked brine shrimp in a boot, you will love Stick It in the Dirt.
And if you don't, no, I'm not going to go there.
Now, we already got him conditioned. He's ready for Stick It in the Dirt.
Let's see.
Trash can hatchery lasted 5 years. And it would have lasted longer if your dog hadn't eaten it. Whatever.
Let's see. We've got it's 8:56. I didn't know if you wanted to take your break at 9 o'clock. Thought
Yeah,
I'd give you a heads up.
Yeah, and when I come back, I want to talk about the future of Father Fish in the morning.
All right.
Back to remind
All right.
me. Let me
Okay.
let me find a tune here. You know what we ought to do? Make sure you get over and see Redfish Bluefish's new 2-hour live stream. He's got a
Oh.
huge amount of fish on it. All of his new fish.
Oh, neat.
Well worth the effort. I mean, it's astounding. All right, let's go. Let's
I'll
go
ask that in a minute, Word Dunlap.
Out in the shore, the people are kind. They'll treat you to take fruit and help you unwind. And if you come broken, they'll seal you in. I wish I was with them again. Can't wait to be with you again. In the town of Baltimore lived a man of the sea, and he told us of his life in the land by Chesapeake. So we searched up on YouTube till we found his tank so clean, and we smiled, we found our way on Father Fish's fun life stream. We all love Father Fish's great life stream. He keeps his tank so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. His eyes they are so bright, he always keeps it tight. And our friends are all aboard, many more of them, they still snore. But they'll watch him on replay. We all love Father Fish's great life stream. His tanks they are so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. He always keeps it tight. His eyes are so bright. As we live the life fishy. Everyone!
There we are. Ah, Mary Page's on a break. There she is. We're back. We're back. Okay. So what I want to talk about is the format for Father Fish in the morning. I've been doing my time 8 to 10 o'clock for about 6 months. And it's kind of wearing me down. More importantly, though, is I've discovered some things which I was hoping would be the case. I started doing it and continued it because I'd kind of hit a wall with trying to figure out what to do on my channel. And I thought doing something regularly every day with other people involved would help me get a sense of what direction to go in with the channel. And then Thomas came on board, and that kind of opened up a bunch of stuff. I think one of the things I've discovered about the stream is that it really does have a life of its own, and is something that there's a genuine commitment to, not only on my part, but on the part of an awful lot of people who are plugged into it virtually every day. Certainly the activities of all the people who have created music for it is a case in point, demonstrates the high level of joy and appreciation that many of us have for this kind of format. What I would like to do, there are two things. Let me go to the second first. One of the things that I've discovered is, and it really started very early on. I got telling stories and having a number of people just so thoroughly enjoy the stories that early on there was a demand for stories. Tell us a story. Tell us a story. And I've tried to do as much of that as I can. Things trigger, and I'll go from the trigger and get into something, and then try to make it humorous or interesting or whatever. But what we're doing then with that is we're pulling some of those things out and setting them up as a story time series that are extracted from the live stream. But I've also begun to do some videos that are a parody of other things happening in the fish fam. Nothing harsh intended. It's simply an attempt to be a little hysterical, and to satirize things that are going on here. The boot is one, and the stick in the dirt's another, and there would be more. So part of that is an effort to try to get us to really look at and think about what we're doing as a family, and find ways to just improve the quality of what we're about, and really get a better sense of how we can be genuinely supportive of each other, and so forth and so on. So anyway, the upshot of the whole thing is, I don't want to take a break. I don't want to stop doing this. I do want to continue. I'm not sure about the 2 hours, but what I am sure about is that I really need to start later in the morning. The difficulty for me starting later in the morning is if I do 2 hours, then it runs 9 to 11, and I'm really cutting into shop time. I've got Thomas here 5 days a week. So 5 of those days are covered. The other 2 are not. If I've got customers coming in, as I did early on when I was doing streams, I just stood up, walked out, and took care of the customer. I think I did that recently, in fact. So that becomes, a real option. But I want to start at 9 o'clock. I guess that's the upshot of it. I want to start at 9 o'clock. I think it'll be easier on the East Coast people. It'll be easier on the West Coast people by an hour or so. It'll be 6 rather than 5 for them. And if I run 2 hours, then they can catch it 7 to 8, which is not quite so bad. Live, of course, it's available to review afterwards. But what do you think? Give me some feedback. Tell me
Let's
what
see.
your opinion is of all
Okay,
that.
y'all, let us know. Because, kind of you did accomplish that with the 2-hour streams, because through this process, look how much we've learned just from, you've grown so much in just the past couple of months as far as the technology side of it and getting some videos out there. And Thomas has just been a godsend. He really has.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's an incredible journey. And I'm glad I got to be a little part of it. There's Science Gal. Hello. And
That's again your involvement, Cass's involvement, just demonstrates that there really is serious interest in supporting and keeping this
yes,
process going. It has real value, and the fact that we've got 100 some odd people plugging in virtually every day with 200 to 300 views every day means that there is some real interest in it. I'd like to find ways to get that out, and that's part of what I'm struggling with is trying to figure out how to get the algorithm going so that we're reaching more people, because we're really not reaching much of a wider spectrum of people. We're kind of in a bubble, and we need to figure out how to get out of that bubble.
well, it sounds like you're getting a lot of yeses. Like Rohan said, I got used to the new time, but the old one was nice. Fishymon saying yes, yes, yes. There's several people. I like the days when we met. Oh, that was something else. Never mind. 9 a.m. is perfect, Roxanne says. I think I'm missing a few of them, but everybody's saying they think Alec said start at 9. That's when I get my first break usually. I know Cass and I have talked and said that 9 would be good for both of us too, but like we're just here. We're here to support you. So whatever, it's your show and whatever you say, we're here to help. But I think 9 would be nice. And if you didn't want to go for the full 2 hours, so you can dedicate more time to what you're getting done on the actual channel now. This could be like a
secret history living in your aquarium.
yeah, you reading this?
I know who that is. That's Alex. That's
yes.
Smart Alex. Who says you're fired. And I saw what he did. When he and James were up here a couple of days ago, and I had to walk out. I heard him, and I went back and listened to it, and I saw him trying to take over the stream. Saw that, so yeah.
He's just a grandson fish.
Thinks he's in charge. That's what it is.
He just wants to be like Grandpa. Hey, Alex is quickly learning or earning his way. Not even earning. He's earned it. He's earned his place as one of the top. He's gonna be running a father fish stream too. I feel like when he's in his 80s.
He was featured yesterday. His 10 tips.
Yeah.
Was on a featured.
It was wonderful.
A YouTube featured video. So he's hitting the big time there. One of the top 100,000 videos.
All right. Let's see.
Well,
what if you did?
Right, let's do this. Starting tomorrow morning, we're gonna start at 9, which will give you an extra hour's sleep. Won't have to get up at 6 in the morning. I will have to get up at 7 or 7:30, or I could even get up at 8 o'clock and make it. I think. So let's do that.
You've got a few people giving some feedback now. If you want to hear it first.
Yeah,
Let's
do.
see.
Go ahead.
One Dirty Platy says, what if you did less time in the morning as a chat and do a short one in the evening, or just answer some questions? It might introduce some new people. Either way, the show will follow.
I would really like to do evenings. My
Yeah.
problem is
Different time slots, so different
I'm not set
people.
up to do it. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm at home in the evening, and I've got no way at home to be able to do it.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
have there. I don't have a place to do it. I've wanted to, but I don't want to sit there in my bathroom, and do a live stream on my phone. I
Well, why
just
not? I mean,
really,
that's how we all do it. That's what I. High rise window cleaner, who I didn't say hello to. Hello. What about 9 a.m. for an hour with weekends off? Gives you a break, and you've more than earned it. That's a good idea. Albert DeBoer, who I say hello, Albert, too. 9
I,
a.m. is perfect for me. Like Taticia, I can never say her name right. It's 3 p.m. here, so perfect after my night shifts.
yeah.
Let's see. Uh, Cassie B says, let's see, she agreed with Dank Tanks. I think I missed Danks.
Abolished
See.
aquatics.
Oh,
You
yeah, the
think
YouTube.
an aquarium co-op should collab?
I think so too. um,
Oh dear. I don't. I
let's-
don't think. I don't think Corey would be interested in
but the
coming on.
thing is, y'all really are doing, y'all both love the hobby and stuff, but you're just trying to teach people that it's not necessary. Because I'm broke, y'all. I don't have any money. I couldn't keep anything if it was based on having to use products. That's why I have Easy Fish. I have a dirted tank. I have plants. That way I can enjoy it without spending millions. Not unless I want to buy plants or fish. That's where I want to spend my money at. But I do
Yeah,
want some more.
yeah. I've spent my whole life like that,
Hmm.
basically broke. And I've learned to do fish on a shoestring. You know.
Yep.
I mean,
And it does.
I spend money on fish. I don't
Right.
spend money on anything else. Not even food. I
Right.
spend money on fish. I don't spend money on tanks. I get tanks free and cheap wherever I can.
Oh, good. Thank you, Cass. Cass is taking some notes just in case. That's why I love Cassie. She's got those skills. I'm more fly by the seat of your pants. I'm just hanging out with Father Fish. He's my friend, and we're just chatting.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, Alex is saying do 2 time slots. I would
Hmm.
really like to,
Right,
because that
psychedelic.
would be a whole different crowd.
And
If I could
David.
get on, what I could do, maybe. I don't know that I
Right,
want.
Alex.
I could do 4 to 5 because they
Yeah.
close at 4. I could do an hour 4 to 5. Who else is on in that time slot? Is there anybody? Does anybody
see.
have access to the schedule?
Let's
The
see.
fish
Alex,
schedule,
do you know how to do that? Or I'd say Alex checks the schedule sometimes.
I think, isn't it?
I love Alex. He's throwing down some good comments here. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. Collab in a cage fight. There we go.
Yes.
That would be fun.
And everybody knows too well about being broke because you can keep fish. I mean, now unless you're going to get something that you've got to have, but even a specialty fish, there are natural ways to take care of the tank, to set your tanks up to where they're long term sustainable. Are you reading comments?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in top chat again too. I think it was Abolish just said something.
Psychedelic says broke would be a
Yeah.
fortune to
Isn't
me.
that the truth?
Yeah, there's being broken, there's being poor. And
Right.
they are different. They really are different.
We are definitely not poor in this community.
I've never been poor. Even growing up, I mean, my father was a country preacher back in the 50s. In the 50s, mind you, 40s and 50s. And country preachers back then, They made $200-300 a year, and he raised a family of 5 on that. Finally, when I hit my teens, early teens, my mother took a job at Fort Meade, Second Army headquarters, as a clerk typist. That brought in enough money for them to afford music lessons and instruments, and just the whole world opened up. You know, they were amazing people. They made do. They made do with very little and made do very well, to the point where I don't. You know, there was always food on the table. There were always clothes to wear. There was always some activity, and we had family that we visited a lot, and they lived like down on the eastern shore, so we got to go out in the water all the time. A very rich childhood. I was outside all day, every day. I was out with with nature all day, every day. Had a bicycle, and that gave me mobility. And boy, did I use it. I wouldn't dare let a kid do today what I did then.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
It was safe then. It's not safe now.
Right.
You know?
I was thinking about that with just Halloween trick-or-treating. You know, when I was little, I was turned loose and we could go all over the neighborhood and we had a time to come home, and now we can't do any of that.
That's talk about making America great again. That was great. That really was, where we were not afraid of being murdered, raped, plundered, or otherwise beaten up just for being out on the street. And we weren't. It wasn't there. It wasn't real. It wasn't happening. And by God, we do need to get back to that. We absolutely do. Living in fear. It ain't
yes. No. Absolutely.
Al said,
good morning.
Miss the streams.
Dead Fred just came in.
Hey, Dead Fred. Nice to see you.
Oh, David Piper's talking about being, let's see, I never had money as a kid keeping fish. I had to make and do all cheap. At 11, I was building tanks and doing it myself, just walking into the woods and asking glass shops for scrap glass. That's amazing. I was kind of like Joey yesterday. Oh, I meant to say he was here. Everything Fish. I did mean to say, I don't know if I told you that, but.
I did say hello. I did see.
Yes.
Here,
and
yeah.
I was like him. Now, my parents.
Roxy, obviously. Roxy is great friends. Roxy is their ambassador, I think.
I know when I was little, I was allowed to have my pets, my critters, as long as my parents didn't have to have anything to do with it. They could have helped me money-wise and doing things, but they wouldn't because they didn't want anything to do with it. So I was, first of all, I was sneaky. I snuck critters in. I had them under my bed and in my closet, and finally I got caught.
We remastered an old video I did way back in the beginning, a year ago or more, about
Tom
my
and
father
Sid?
and about my father and how he got me into the hobby. He was not in the hobby, but he got me into it. It's a great story. It's a remastered video about my father, and I don't remember what it's called, My Father and I or something. But it's a nice video. It's just real kind of interesting and fun, and demonstrates the what parentage I think meant when I was a child, and our parents really look for ways, without spending money particularly,
right,
to steer and endear their children.
Father Fish mugs. We haven't plugged our mugs. I got lipstick all over mine.
Plug the mug.
You're covered in lipstick, Father Fish. Look.
Look at that.
I can't get it turned around. There we go.
Give me a kiss on my forehead.
There's stuff stuck on it. You think my mug's not used? It's a piece of something on it.
$25 to PayPal. Fatherfish at fatherfish.net. I've got a new shipment of mugs here, so we'll be happy to ship them out. I've got 10 to our promise, so we have a few more. There are probably 1 or 2 people I need to send one to, but we still will have a bunch. So if you'd like a mug, $25 includes shipping to on PayPal, fatherfish@fatherfish.net. We also have T-shirts. T-shirts are available. I don't think anybody's bought a T-shirt yet.
Nobody's bought a T-shirt yet.
I haven't checked. But
Well,
that's
when the third comes around, I'm going to get me one.
Teespring. What?
I wonder if they give us a sample at all.
Oh, I'm sure they do not.
Yes, I think Callie said that it was a discounted price, maybe for 1 or 2.
Oh, I see.
Hello, Benoski.
Link post for get the link post. I think it's on.
Okay.
It's on the community page, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I dropped it a second ago, but I'll drop it again. Right there.
And we're looking to do bobbleheads, fatherfish bobbleheads, and fatherfish magnets. Anybody has an idea how we can do that? We thought we would use Alex's. We're going to put Alex's drawing on the next T-shirt. Yeah. That'll be emblazoned on the front of the T-shirt.
Actually, I need him to send me maybe that file. If he'll send me, or does he have it? Do you and Thomas have it? The actual file or whatever that is.
I don't know. I've got an email.
Okay.
If Alex, give him your email.
Yeah.
Get it direct. He may have a way of doing a little higher quality or something.
All right. Or maybe I could get him to. My email is still messed up. I think a bunch of people have emailed me, and it must be so backed up. I don't know what in the world. Why is it? Oh,
Bob McKenzie is waiting for the top 10 things for your aquarium out of a dumpster. Yeah,
yes.
I did talk about doing that, and I haven't done it. So you know what I was thinking about? I'm not going to do a dumpster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a walk in the woods.
There you go.
And I'm going to find 10 things in the woods that you can put in your fish tank. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a good one.
More interesting, yeah.
Oh, Fishymon. You just got a super chat from Fishymon for $1.
Oh, nice. Where'd it go? There it is. Thank you, Fishymon.
Thank you, Lori.
I mean, there it is right there. Thank you, Fishymon. 64. Very nice.
Dead Fred had been asking earlier. He was looking for any betta-safe crabs, like completely aquatic crabs. Got the suggestion that micro crabs. Mm-hmm.
My God, betta-safe crabs. Shrimp. You can do shrimp. You cannot do crabs. There is no such thing as a betta-safe crab. When crabs is crabs. Crabs is crabs, and what crabs do is crabs have claws, and crabs bite things, and they're real good at catching things with their claws and chewing them up and eating them. You put any kind of crab at all with a betta, and it's not going to have any fins left, and if the crab can hold on to it, it'll kill and eat the whole thing. So, no, not crabs.
Have you seen the...
You can do shrimp.
Have you seen the little micro crabs? They're showing. Blake did a video one time on them. These little micro crabs they're talking about.
I've had them.
But they're still a crab.
Yeah, crabs is crabs. No matter how you slice it, a crab is a crab. The micro crabs are really hard to keep contained.
Are they?
Yeah, they want to get up and go. They climb out of your tank if they can.
I see a few people. I didn't know if you wanted to go back to wrenching people again, but like ODP, old dirty crap, old dirty crappy, old dirty flatty. We need to get his wrench back.
Yeah, how did
that? He changed his name one time to Steve or something, or I got not changed his name, but went back to a different name. Coffee's been in several times. There's a bunch. I think there's a few
Coffee
people here.
says no one wants
Fish,
crab. I love crab.
Fishymon is another one. I'm pretty sure everybody that's here, if they're not in blue, should be in blue.
Where is Fishymon?
Alex Denise,
Coffee?
John McKenzie,
Yes, a moderator.
Gina French.
Coffee's
not-
moderator, but the wrench is not showing.
Okay.
Let me remove it and redo it.
Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure. Fishymon, One Dirty Platy, John McKenzie.
Where's Fishymon?
Yeah, and Roxanne saying everybody work on your Christmas songs. Gina French.
Right. Yeah,
Gina's been here several times.
We're gonna do Christmas caroling, guys. we're gonna mob some live.
You know what live stream I'm thinking about mobbing? I think it'd be wonderful. It's done in love. It is love.
What?
I said we do it out of love.
Yes, please. Joey is a fine young man. He most certainly is. Most certainly is. Alec the Nice.
Yep. Absolutely. And Lori, she's always dropping links. She's just so wonderful. Crabs is crabs, Father Fish, November 1st, 2020.
Crabs is crabs. Right.
Crabs dig up plants. I like crabs, though. I think they're cool.
I do too.
Yeah, I know you love. hence the fantasy question, Dead Fred said.
Say what?
He said, Dead Fred said they're eating machines. They were talking about them eating plants and everything. He said, hence the fantasy question. He was hoping, beyond hopes, that there was some kind of crab.
Shrimp. There are a lot of different shrimps.
That's what I was thinking, Alex. I didn't want to say it out loud.
Yes. Crabs are eating machines. And
yes.
Their primary food for crabs is plants, vegetable matter. What is this? Chubbs is saying they make a cream for the crabs. What?
Wait a minute, I missed that.
Like that. I could eat that. Cream crab. Lori.
Yeah, cream sauce.
Right. Crabs are crabby.
Crab chowder. Clam chowder.
Crabs indeed are crowded. Wheelie.
Let's see. Hey, Chubbs, you should come up. I've been trying to get somebody to come up and visit with us, and nobody wants to see us on a Sunday.
I know. It's lonely.
Alex, he's not feeling good. How about Dead Fred? Listen, y'all, you don't have to be invited. Just if you're here in this family, we love all of y'all. Been good. Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking about something else.
Foxy's planner goodness.
Yeah. I do that, or yeah, Gina French. You didn't get Gina, or did you? With
Can
the
a
wrench.
pot make a temporary tank? Can a pot make a temporary tank?
I don't know about a metal. That probably wouldn't be.
Well,
temporary though.
Well, it can make a permanent tank. I don't know what would make it temporary. Maybe if it's rusted out or melts or something.
Right,
I don't want
Roxanne.
to get too silly here. It just gets too silly sometimes. Too silly for words.
Let's see.
Gina
Oh, Chubbs said he'll come up.
All right. We'll say
Free
how to.
love.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do a
Oh,
stream.
did you
next-
watch? I'm sorry.
You go ahead. What? What?
Sorry. Yell at me. No, shut up. I'm just kidding. Dead Fred did the Raven. He did a reading, not a reading, but he did the Raven on his channel. Yes,
Oh,
and it was really good.
Oh,
You're
I'll
going to
bet.
have to go watch it.
I will. I will.
You will truly enjoy it. I'm sorry, I just had it on my brain.
That's fine.
Now I'm shutting up.
Well, don't do that. I'm not
Okay,
decent. Fred says. Ah, made up his thing for you too.
Uh-oh. $1 per gallon sale starts today.
Oh, there we go.
There's a $1 per gallon sale every day at Father Fish's.
Yeah, you bet. We just may not have anything in stock. I may go pick up some 40s.
Okay, leave the kitty alone. Bellamy's back, getting the kitty. Okay, take the kitty in there and sit down. Do not squeeze the kitty.
9:30.
Uh-oh, I got another one. Come here. Sophia, come here.
Another little one.
Come
Gonna
here.
say hello.
Come here. I'll show you Sophia, my granddaughter. Come here. She just crawled out of the bed.
Sophia, goodness sakes, look at you. Hi, little
Kitty
girl. Hello.
Say hello, Father Fish.
Hi there. There it is. How are you?
Say hi,
Nice
Father
to see-
Fish.
Ah, nice to see you. You look very cute this morning.
She might not hear you. Try it again.
You look very cute this morning.
Can you hear him?
Uh-huh.
Say, I just woke up. You just woke up? Love you.
Ah, sweetie.
She is a good baby. Here's a good little baby girl. Oh, you like that? She wants to hear you. Okay, here we go. Can you hear him talking?
Hello. Nice to
Hi,
see you.
Father Fish.
I know. I said
There
the
you
wrong-
go. Good job.
What, honey? What?
Okay, go back in there for a minute. I'll be right back. Let me go get them something to drink.
You bet. Copy. There. Try that, Chubbs. There she is. Ah, bye-bye. If I could only have one tank, what would you have in it? There have been times when I've only had one tank. Usually what I try to do is get something really unique. The last time I had just one tank, I had an Arapima. No, I had an Abba, Gymnarchus melodicus, the Nile river fish. Hey, Chubbs,
Hey, good morning, Father Fish.
you're still above the water level.
Yep, still out here on the boat. Yeah,
You
turn
ever
the
feel
camera
like-
around.
Yeah, you ever feel like Nemo? Captain Nemo.
Yep.
It looks nice. Yeah, look
Out
very
here working on a off-field platform or facility.
Let me get you. Let me get a full screen here. Nice. So is that a bayou? Are we in a bayou there? Oh, good.
Yeah, well, it's Romare Pass. It's down below Venice, close to the mouth of the river. It's right off of Main Pass. Don't want to look it up, but it's an all-field facility. They're repairing a little retainment levee.
Yeah.
It's out here working. Lots of good fishing out here. All swamp.
Nice. So what kind of fish you catching there?
You can get anything from redfish, speckled trout, bass,
Well,
stripers, catfish, pretty much anything.
Oh, it's so
Nice.
beautiful. That's
yes, it is.
beautiful. Oh,
So how'd you do? You've had a lot of weather this year.
Oh yeah, we've had plenty of weather.
I remember the 2 storms ago, you were on your way over to Florida. Did you ever make it over?
Yeah, no, I didn't. We were supposed to go to Florida, but other things came up.
Yeah, like the weather.
how many people do you have up? Well, did he leave? Or we lost him?
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. I was going to say,
Yeah.
does he have other people on the boat with him? Does he have a crew?
He has a crew of 1, I think.
Okay. I know I've seen he did his video the other day where he did a time lapse, and I saw there was a guy like out on the end of it or at the front of the boat.
Right.
Did we lose you, Chubbs?
I guess we did.
Okay. He might come back. There he is.
Yeah.
I heard it dink.
Yeah.
There he is.
There
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I got a little too far away from the Wi-Fi box.
Oh, okay.
There's another fabulous beard. I've got to get you guys some beard products. I'll have to get my daughter to make some.
Starting to grow it out for the winter.
I told her she had to be careful, though. If we made it, it had to be something that wouldn't, like, harm fish, just in case you got your... She makes it all, all natural, organic products, so...
Yeah, you sent me some, which I've been using. I really like it. Nice products.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh,
How's everything, Mary?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Ready to get off the
Oh,
boat.
yeah.
Back home
But-
Tuesday.
go home Tuesday. How long you been at?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, that's kind of a long haul, isn't it? And then you'll have
No,
all
not really. It's actually a short haul for me. I used to, before I had kids and all that stuff, I used to go for 3, 4, 5 months at a time.
Oh,
just
wow.
live on- Yeah, yeah. Well, you do make it comfortable. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get used to, and it's not for everybody.
Sure enough.
There's my
Sure
mother.
enough. I've
There you
never
go.
lived on a boat. Never
What's that?
lived on a boat. I've never lived on a boat. I've always thought I would like it. I live in a very small area. I'm in the houses I've owned were all well under 1,000 square feet. And I'm currently living in about 250 square feet. So not a big area.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot less than that. We got probably, I would say maybe 100 square feet of living space.
If I can.
If that,
Right.
if
Right.
fisherman asked if I had fish tanks on the boat. I have taken little tubs out here and caught fish and brought them home.
Word dumb says
And no leaders.
I saw that.
yeah,
Oh.
the problem with bacon grease is beard oil is going to sleep at night in a rat infested room. I actually woke up one morning and I had a rat licking my finger.
Oh, no.
Honest to God, it did. I
No.
didn't bite it. He licked it. And I felt that that's what woke me up.
Oh
Because I
my goodness.
somewhere in my brain, in the dead of my sleep, I
Well, you
realized
knew that was. You knew
and I
there was
woke
nothing that tiny of a tongue
I
that would
woke
be
up to all
licking you.
kind of stuff. I woke up to
Sis,
all kind of stuff on the boat,
oh, I
from
guarantee.
muskrats and lizards and
right.
copperheads,
Ooh.
moccasins, alligators.
Alligators on the boat.
Oh, hey, Sister
Well, we used to catch
Lockmo's
the
got a.
alligators and put a harness on them and tie them to the steps to come upstairs. And that was our guard dog.
Well,
Pretty good
what?
guard dog.
We got him go, I think, yeah, so it wouldn't hurt him.
That's funny.
That's
Sister
pretty
Lock,
good.
I
Yes, thank
removed
you.
my filter this morning. Is there anything I should look for that would tell me if something is going wrong? Yeah, my best advice, Sister Lockmo, is don't look for trouble. If if it's not screaming out at you, you're in good shape.
Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. I like low boys. We're talking about low boys and regular tanks. I like a deep
My
substrate in a
sheephead
low
minnow
tank.
that I bred actually came from a place in Venice, and I kept them on the boat for about 5 or 6 days before I brought them home.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
those are cool. Is that the one y'all were talking about the other day? No, that was a pup
Yeah,
fish.
that's right. Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
the pupfish, right?
Yeah. I actually
Really?
just got a bunch more at the house. I got maybe 10 or 12 more sheephead minnows
Boxing.
outside the tub.
Babies, or did you catch them?
They're smaller, yeah. They're not full grown. They're about halfway grown.
You caught them, or you
But
bred them?
actually, the girl I'm dating, her son caught them in a ditch in a rural area, and I was surprised to see them because I didn't think they was up, in the ditches where we live at,
I've never
And,
seen them.
Yeah, sure enough, we got,
I get them
we
from
got a
kids.
bunch of them.
Kids can catch them. I guess, because kids are quick. It's a very fast, quick swimming little fish, and they're really hard to catch.
Oh yeah, they are quick. But they got a spot down here in Venice. It was old, I guess you could say it was a cement, like a cement culvert
Yeah.
that's isolated, and it holds a little bit of water. And they actually have the sheephead minnow in that cement culvert,
Huh.
and it's isolated. It doesn't it doesn't reach any water body, anything around it, and I can go over there and catch them whenever I want. They're in there breeding all the time. But
Yeah,
it's just to get them home.
It's one of those fish that really ought to be much more popular in the hobby than it is.
Yeah.
It's easy to keep, easy to breed. It's very interesting. A busy, active fish.
Yeah, very.
Not a community
They're very
fish.
different than most other fish.
Yeah, they are different. Yeah. It's a very active
But they
little
are some
fish.
mean little buggers.
Pardon?
Yeah, they are some mean little buggers.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody up north, and they had a problem with them in their pond. They was trying to breed, bass and perch and stuff like that, but they found that the sheephead minnow would decimate the bass population because it just kept eating eggs.
Tore up the
And
net.
it's pretty amazing to think that a 2-inch fish can kill off, a largemouth bass of our population.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a busy little bee.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I really like them. That VHF. But yeah, they're very interesting little fish.
What else we got here, Mary?
I was just looking. I was trying to find Dead Fred's link to drop. I was trying to get some links dropped. He said, yep, when he was young. Funny, I remember being able to used to catch fish at the lake or even at the beach when I was younger. I tried that a few years ago, and I was reminded that I was in my 40s. That's like my daughter and all. We were in that creek, and there was the chub swimming around my best. I couldn't catch nothing. She's only 20. She went over there and just was like, ding, just like a little kid. She just caught it.
It's right in your 80s. That's
I think you do pretty good. You've got some net skill, nothing but net.
You know, I was thinking about that. I need to do a video on net skills.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Sister Lockmo, I did not mean to treat your question casually. You removed your filter and looked to see if there really isn't anything. So long as it's working and it doesn't stink, there's really not much to tell. And what I really meant when I said don't look for trouble, because too many people do that. Too many people just look for problems and in the process create problems where they did not exist before. Don't be so paranoid about your tank that you think something is wrong. Not that Sister Lockmo would. I mean, she's a skilled fish keeper. She's been around. You know what? I wonder if that's a leading question. I wonder if she found something. Did you find something in particular that you wanted to mention? And you're just kind of egging me on to look at some options. That's certainly possible. What did you find, Sister Lockmo? She's a very good and a very careful fish keeper. And, I have a lot of respect for her.
Yeah, I caught my gobies and my rainwater killifish from down here in Venice too.
Nice.
Rainwater killies doing pretty good too. I'll probably do a video on them. They're in the tub outside.
Alex wants me to use my right boot as a net. I could use it as a trap. I don't know about a net.
Boot trap.
Boot trap, right. Boot trap. Sizing chart on Teespring.
That's what I was reading.
You're going to have to go look. Go look, woman. Go look. For goodness sakes. I ain't the answer man around here. What is this?
I'll try to remember.
Video we need. Yeah, I really do need to do that.
Anthony.
I'll do that. I don't know if I can do it today. Thomas has my camera. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll do a net skills video and get him to film it. Because there's some things that are important to know and to learn about how to use a net, particularly in a planted tank. Too many people tear up all their plants in the process.
Yeah.
I don't think that. But the trick is you got to catch that fish the first time you try, because after that he's on to you and he's going to hide. Then you're in trouble.
I got a long stick that I use to try to chase him out of the plants and keep the net still until he gets close, and then try to trap him in front of the tank.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, Alex has a great comment there. He said, net skills and out in the field collection videos are hard to come by. Grow your channel with the things that make you special and unique on YouTube. Blue and Chubs. 1950 stories are invaluable to the 1950 stories are invaluable to the hobby. That was one of the things I commented about his video yesterday, because so many times we look up stuff and we Google it and everything. We're not going to the actual people that really have the experience. Like, I don't have to Google it. If Father Fish kind of covers it or Chubbs covers it, I trust you guys. I know that you're not going to lead me the wrong way.
Well, that if somebody made the comment, it might have been Alex. I noticed Dustin had an old timer on his channel a week or so ago. Just a really respected guy, great fish man. But what Alex said was what Father Fish is doing is being there continuously, being on Fish, doing a channel, being available, being accessible. And I guess, I took that as a real encouragement to continue for so long as people are finding it worthwhile. And I get enough feedback. I get feedback from 200-300 people out of or 2 or 3 million, which maybe is not a real high percentage. But one of the joys of YouTube is you get to select your friends. The people who stick with you are the people who you build relationships with, and that just makes it real special. So I'm here for you guys. I'm really not here for myself. I wouldn't do this just to hear myself talk. I do it because you are enjoying me doing it, and that gives me the encouragement I need to show off even more.
Oh,
More silly and foolish.
that's wonderful, though.
What got me to join the fish soul, I guess you could say, is when I was doing the research on the sheephead minnow, trying to figure out what they were, because I had never seen them before. I came across your video, which is one of maybe 5, including mine, on YouTube about the sheephead minnow. Yeah. And that's how I found you.
Oh, that's
nice
pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool.
Yep.
Abolish farm.
Dang Tanks is buying a Metaframe. The 29. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've got.
Yep, that would be neat.
I've got 8 or 10 Metaframes. I have one that's steel. It's an old. Is it steel or aluminum? I think it's steel. It's from the 40s. It's a real old one. I had one that was brass, but I put that was from the 1800s. I put that one in a museum.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Wouldn't you take the risk of losing it?
I did have a bunch of 20-gallon. They were like 20-gallon longs that came from a pet store that were metal frame.
Nice.
I didn't have a bunch. I had 4 of them, and they had the slate bottoms in them. So how old would those have been?
Get back to work. So,
okay, Chubbs.
Take care, Chubbs.
Thank you for coming up, Chubbs. Be careful. Stay well. We love you. Chubbs is amazing.
Yes,
and
indeed.
he'll go out of his way, just like Lee. Lee, when he was freaking out about stuff, like you've helped Lee and you've come up and made videos for him. Chubbs will do that too for people, and I think that's pretty incredible. There's a lot of people out there that'll do stuff, and I love it. Let's see. It is 8:54.
We're getting close.
Yep, we're getting close. Hasn't been too bad.
Here. What do we got? What do y'all want to hear? I need Aquatic Conquest to redo the Halloween special. He's got a lot of really wonderful new videos on there. If we could do that and delete the Halloween aspect from it, do maybe a fall theme or something, Thanksgiving theme. Thanksgiving would be good. We could do that.
That's right.
That'd be
Oh,
fun.
I wonder if my birthday's on Thanksgiving this year. I'm a Thanksgiving baby sometimes, and I love it because I'd rather have just a big meal with my family than actually celebrate my birthday. But that's, nope, it's on the 26th. I'm a 25th baby. Oh my gosh, my phone just recorded every bit of that.
All right, we're gonna
Let's dance out of here.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Here we go.
Hello, Mary. Mary. Try and
Bye.
one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's
Go
talk
pop
about
fish.
fish.
Bye all.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and
Remember.
me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish.
Amen.
Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break.
Yeah. Bye,
Let's talk about
everybody.
fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. 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 Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. I'll take that one all day.
All right. Bye, everybody. Love you all.
Bye, guys. Feel better, Father Fish, unless you want me to stick around a second.
Sure. I want to
Okay.
play this. No, I gotta go. I want to go get something to eat.
Okay. Just call me later.
A
Bye,
little
y'all.
later. You bet.
Happy
Bye,
Sunday.
everybody. Love you all. Happy Sunday.